Hello and good evening. Welcome to my 6th Disco Elysium stream, where I have yet to leave the first street. Okay, just going to... Now, yesterday, or not yesterday, last week, we explored the hidden depths of the building beyond the curtain in the bookshop. Off to the left here. Oh, and that wasn't there before that I remember. Some great tectonic force has cracked the pavement like an eggshell. The damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. Huh. I wonder why I haven't noticed that before. You're the angriest man I know, Renee. Interesting. Ah, because I didn't come over this way, I went closer to the building. Okay, let's explore around here a little. An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Well. Mon Dieu, how much can a man whine, Gaston? Okay, what's this here? Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. Onto the roof? What else have we got here? Oh, excellent, a health item. Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. Oh! This might be where my gun got to. Let's see. Waterlock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15 a.m. Okay. I will save talking to that man there for just a moment, who's yelling at Barry. Let's rifle through his trash. Fingerless gloves, which give +1 electrochemistry. What does electrochemistry do? Let's see. Gasoline-stained fingerless gloves in navy blue. They've been worn threadbare, but being made of wool still provides some warmth and comfort. Well, I don't know what electrochemistry does, but it doesn't sound like it's a terrible thing. Let's see. Let's just save. What's this? Butter sign down. Okay. Can't believe it. No one's coming to fix this till Wednesday. Interesting. Well, let's try talking to him. G'day to you, officers. A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock, and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. Okay, the options are, first things first, what are you doing here, man on the waterlock? Do you know what caused this wreckage? Point at the smashed billboard in the canal, or just leave? Well, neither of these are at all polite. Do you know what caused this wreckage? I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivicall. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything round here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. Do you know what's further down the coast? Can I have some of that salami? Or, right, bye. Okay, what's further down the coast then? Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. He thinks for a moment. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins. Could I have some salami, man? Sure thing. He cuts off a slice of salami. And I healed health, which I didn't need, but that's awesome. Ah, perception taste. It's salty, it is savory, it is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty. Want some too, officer? He turns to the lieutenant. Kim. The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. Why not? He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. Right, bye then. I wonder, if I speak to him again, can I ask him what he's doing here? No, apparently not. Too bad. Let's just... The game likes to threaten to crash on me, so I'm very paranoid about saving frequently. Waterlock control panel. A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. A visual calculus success. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed Samaran butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. I suspect this has already been tried, but, you know, why not? Let's pull the lever. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk, then nothing happens. Well, I suspected that was going to be the case, but I had to try it anyway. I'll just release it before I break it. And I got a new quest to close the waterlock on Wednesday. And this is... what is this day? This is day 1, but I don't know... A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal some other way. A sight perception. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning? Okay. Off we go. And is there anything else around here? Yes, actually, there is. Crumpled billboard reading Samaran butter soaks in the canal. 2 ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted. Interfacing medium success. The sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open, and thus out of order. So I have what is Samaran butter, or a visual calculus of medium, attempt to reconstruct what happened here. which has a 72% chance of success. I'll try it. Ah, failure. Just some tasteless advertising at the bottom of a canal. No use rubbernecking now. What is Samaran butter then? Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems to be very happy about it. Encyclopedia success. Goat milk butter. The Samaran terrain makes it easier to raise goats than cows, and the local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add variety to other nations' diets. Alright. Perception taste. It's an acquired taste. Okay. I suspect if I study those tire tracks around the other side that I might be able to unlock that particular perception for another try. So before I go inside, perhaps I will try that. Or actually, some more stuff over here. I'll just... Easily distracted? Me? Plastic wrap macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. I let the goods do the talking. Alright. This says humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. Ah. This is another store. Not an entirely legal one either. I think I'll wait to chase that until after I've had a go with the tire tracks. What is this? The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting. Kim. The lieutenant looks down the street. We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go. Tutorial agent. You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kasuruke is gone. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything to study about the tire tracks on this side. So as long as I'm over here... Straight through their gate.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
He covers his mouth to hide a burp.
Oh, I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to angry old Rene first.
Huh. I had some sort of perception thing. Oh, there it is. The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air. Those sound more like seagulls to me, but okay.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape?
Rene, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
This one's still chewing on his sandwich.
I am trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old, I can see that. We're both old. Now, stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
Oh my. Physical instrument success. These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never. shouldn't I ask what game it is first? Or, alright, I got this. Ball time. Let's ask what game it is first. No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game. So now it's better observe them first. A hand-eye coordination of medium, grab the ball and show them how it's done. A moment of your time, fellows, which is don't get involved in the game, or just I'll leave you to it and go. Let's see, that has a 92% chance of success on the hand-eye coordination. So I'm going to go for it. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time is frozen. Well, there's a usefulness to that +1 of electrochemistry that I got from the gloves. Let's see. Feel the ball, take in the surroundings, or let go, be the ball, which is continue. Feel the ball. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Ahem. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready. Take in the surroundings, boy. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball. So now I have a new option besides continuing, which is there's time for a last glance inward. Who am I? Who am I? An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Oh my. The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. Continue. Oh, this is what a success was. What? Merde, the old soldier yells in outrage. Bordel de merde! Rhetoric success. A whorehouse of shit? Well, yes. You just yeeted his ball into the river. Ocean. I'm not sure which one it is. Visual calculus success. It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters. Probably 24 and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Oh, I'm very embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for you. What the hell is your problem? Not a weak right triceps, that's for sure, or problem I don't understand. Well, apparently we're going for the stupid route, so problem I don't understand. You vandalized our game, son. He tries to calm himself. We can't play Petanique with 5 blues. Sorry, an honest mistake. Are we good? P-tank? Oh, petanque. Petanque? Petan... I can't even pronounce English. What am I trying to do? I thought it was shot put. Well, obviously I thought it was shot put. Well, it damn well isn't, is petanque. The man snaps, raising his voice again. You ruined a petanque game. We want our boule back. And Gaston is, take it easy, Renee. The jolly one tries to defuse the situation. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done. Renee, of course there's harm done, you orange slug. The heel of his cavalry book slams on the ground. You owe us a goddamn boule. Okay, I don't have a boule, but will this do? Hold out the shot put ball. Or, listen guys, the ball is gone and I have a murder to solve, alright? Well, you know what? Let's offer him the shot put ball that we're carrying. Will this? He falls silent and stares at the ball. No, it will goddamn not. I still lost the ball, but I got 5 XP. Thank you, officer. The jolly man quickly takes the ball and bounces it in his hand. This is really something. Honestly, I think it's better than our old boule, even. Mon Dieu, he mumbles, rubbling his temples. All right, fine. What do you want, officer? I didn't just start on the wrong foot. I started on the wrong foot and then I sprinted into WTFville. Rhetoric, yes. Why did you come here? It's unlikely that they know anything about the murder. Logic, you never know. He might know something. This is a good vantage point. Let's see. Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of Whirling in Rags? You seem to be playing in a crater, or thank you for your time and leave. Let's try asking directly about the murder. Unfortunately, I don't, he shrugs. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement, but this affair has passed me by completely. And most of the locals? In Martinaise, the union is the law, so can you really blame them? But you don't have a problem with cops? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. Our rhetoric success? He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics. So now I have the option of asking, what about police women? Or, so again, you don't know anything? Let's just ask if he knows anything. If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I am an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me. Drama, 'tis true, sire. He knows nothing. Okay, you seem to be playing in a crater. Yes, the man nods. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. Was there an earthquake here, or do you know what created it? Was there an earthquake here? No, he replies, gaze wandering over the bay. It was left by heavy artillery fire. Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why? Why what? Why was heavy artillery used? Good evening, Ezra. Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Wait, who are the communards again? Did you use artillery fire against them? Maybe we can do this history lesson later. Did you use it, Mr. Cavalry Boots? Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly, too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked, he adds, squeezing a boule in his fist. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't, though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough. Logic. It was probably a bit more complicated than that. It was probably a lot more complicated than that. Playing this game earlier this week, and when I read lines, I heard them in your voice. Oh, thank you, I guess. I will take that as a compliment. I hope it was pleasant. Let's see. Why show them here in Martinez? They should have chosen a place away from people and buildings. Or, look around, I'd bomb this place too. Why show them here? Because this place is the damn beachhead, he says, pointing to the bay. Had to soften the commies up first. The beachhead? I asked like a fool. Yes, he nods, inspecting you with some disdain. The military-coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revicol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revicol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. He points to the northeast. Deathblow sounds grim. Nod thoughtfully and turn to look northeast. Or shake your head and look down at the crater. I'm very flattered, Ezra. Thank you. I think I will nod thoughtfully and look northeast. This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, he says, looking down at the soil, we're playing Patanique on their mangled corpses. Gaston, Blood Ground. The other one shakes his head. You got old Rene going there, like he isn't hangry enough already. Oh boy. I hit his rant button, apparently. Let's see. Hold on. The Coalition? Is that why everything is so bombed out? Or, that explains all the war damage. That explains all the war damage. 'Cause there was a war. Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on this city before they stormed it, and it worked, too. There's a strange gleam in his eyes. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they kept as a monument. A dark shadow runs across his face. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place. Gaston. Well, it's your own damn fault, Jolly Man remarks. You, we, the Coalition, Revicol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence. Renee. You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... He stops mid-sentence and turns to you. What do you think? Oh no. Rhetoric. Easy success. Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one. Oh no. Oh, what are my options? That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard working class to take over. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess and now they rule us. Shake your head in shame. This coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. Or nothing. I don't think. I just do. Well, obviously I'm not going to be using the last one, but, oh dear, oh dear. I don't know that I've actually established a political character in this one, so this may well be doing it. I'm going to go with the foreign powers cleaned up our mess. Yes, it does seem like an important choice, but the main problem is that the war hero guy already dislikes us intensely because we yeeted one of his balls into the river. Renee, I'm sorry it had to be them. He looks down at his boots. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food, and drinking piss in the mountains. I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned to Revcol, or even if that damn clown Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. He sighs. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the rule of the suzerain with. Who was this Frisel? You mentioned Guillaume. What exactly is a suzerain? Which is a conclusion. You mentioned Guillaume? A true king in both blood and mind, led Revcol before Frisel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him in exile. Drama success. Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him and he doesn't want to admit it. Who was Frisel, then? Damn Frisel, he was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. The old veteran falls silent and massages his chest. He died in the hands of the hoi polloi in a very public execution. Composure success. He slouches as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting they left the king to the mob. Well, what exactly is a suzerain then, since it's the only thing I haven't asked? The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? He then slowly nods and says to himself, they've forgotten already. Oh boy. So, new options. Is there anything you can tell me about this rifle? Hold out the antique firearm. Or a legendary composure? What is it about this old soldier that makes him stand so proud? Or thanking him for his time, which I'm not going to do because there's still options to click. 17% chance. I think I'll try asking him about the rifle first. It's a Belle Margrave, he says, taking the rifle. 4.46 caliber, breech loading, Revcol made. Good weapon, accurate and reliable. Hand-eye coordination success. His moves are quick and precise as he first checks the weapon, then aims it at the sea. This man knows firearms intimately. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty, he adds, handing the rifle back. Where did you find her? Okay, so my options are in the basement there, point at the bookshop. Sorry, I can't divulge that information. Or, what do you mean find? This is my rifle, I always have it with me. There would be no reason for me to be carrying around an inoperable rifle. So, I can either tell him the truth, which is that I found it in the basement, or I can't divulge the information. You know what? I'm going to tell him that I found it in the basement. I'm not surprised. He looks at the building. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. He shrugs. These BM446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find. Okay, well, let's try this 17% composure. Cross your fingers. Failure. All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past in his old uniform. This is not uncommon. He catches your glance and nods. This is the uniform of the Royal Carabiniers in service of Frizzell I, Guillaume Leon, and the valiant King Philippe V before him. Gaston. Don't you mean Frizzell the Fun? Nay, you do not speak his name, Craven. Although he was a clown, he adds, he turns back to you. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn. Composure. There's something you missed. You'll get to it, don't worry. Okay, that was interesting. Thank you for your time. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, I completed the thought of Lonesome Long Way Home. Oh, tiny, tiny print. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district, then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house, no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone, and so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now. So my learning cap for perception has been raised, and it gives me 1 psi. Well, that is excellent. Sadly, I have no new thoughts, but and let's see. Yep, that's the new quest for closing the water lock. Alright. And we'll just save and have a look at this. Oh my, that's all the way down there. Forget that. We'll look at the things up here first. Enormous bulls worthy of a real man. Alright. This coin-operated viewer has been banged up, inoperable. Now, I don't think I'm going to go all the way over there just yet, because I think I want to head to the pawn shop. Have you talked to Ivarit yet? That's not a name that I recognize, so I think the answer is no. I've mainly been wandering around down here a little bit. Is this Ivarit? Who knows? But sure, I'll deal with all these green dots before going in the shop. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Okay. Ivarit's the union boss. No, I haven't spoken to anyone from the union yet. This said, food gift from the people of Messina. And this says, speakers from the people of Samara. Okay. Siling. You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. Perception success. The name Sling is embroidered over his breast pocket, and I wish I knew how to pronounce that correctly.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here.
He gives you a thumbs up. Well, since my only options are to leave or to ask what's so cool, why is it chilly?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer. You're very cool.
He makes both hands into finger pistols and fires a few finger bullets into the air. Hello, Infinity. The game is going fairly well. I'm playing very slowly. I've been just exploring around and picking up way more quests and objectives than I have solved, but I haven't died yet. And no one has actually tried to kill me. So I think I'm going pretty well. Composure success. You feel a twitch in your index fingers. There's a finger shoot out a Bruin. I can whip him out, or no, it's a safety hazard. Oh, let's be dorky. Let's be dorky. Finger gun right back at him.
Don't shoot, officer. Have we got an arrest here, or just a shakedown?
Oh my. A shakedown or an arrest? Let's just shake him a little.
Good one, officer. You're a funny guy. Now, what can I do for you?
He nods towards his shabby wares. This isn't a joke. Give me your money. I need money. Or, just kidding. I'm really here to shake you down from some answers to official police questions. You know what? I'm not gonna strong-arm him for money while Kim's looking right at me. So, let's get some answers.
Then fire away, officer.
And I've gained a thought about finger pistols that I will have a look at when I finish this conversation. What kind of stuff are you selling here? The food packages you're selling have humanitarian aid written on them. How come? Where are you from, Sling? And, challenging rhetoric. Persuade him to give you some money. That has a 58% chance to succeed. But on the off chance that it fails and he gets angry, I think I will ask questions first. What kind of stuff are you selling here? Only the coolest goods in Revocol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom. Ah, perhaps this is where the boy got those pants that he attempted to sell us out of his jacket. Where'd you get those comfy pants? Do you have a permit to sell all that? Is there a discount for cool officers like me? Or that's all then, let me ask you something else. Where'd you get them? I'm an entrepreneur, officer. He begins counting on his fingers. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board. Oh. Do you have a permit to sell all that? Is there a discount? Or that's all then? Do you have a permit? Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom. Take a look around. He takes a deep breath. Oh boy, here we go. Perception. You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds, and the dust-choked air. This conversation becomes political too. They all are political. They all are. I accidentally got points in communism talking to the cafeteria manager. It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom. Kim, is it true he doesn't need a permit to sell? Or, sweet, no permits means less work for me. Let's move on. Kim, is this true? Kim. It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop wherever they feel like it. That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool. Wait, but what are we doing here if there's no permits? Look at Kim and the police insignia on his sleeve. Or, okay, no permit then. Cool. Oh, so there's a Steam achievement attached to that one. Alright. Okay, no permit then. Cool, cool. Hyper cool, he nods solemnly, then breathes out a sigh of pride, surveying the city around him. Oh, I don't want to buy pants, so I am absolutely going to ask him something else. I do not have the money for pants. I need to pay my damages bill. Anything for you, he smiles again. The food packages have humanitarian aid written on them. Where are you from? Or I'll look around. Where are you from, Sling? Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now, all Revocol. Encyclopedia. This man probably comes from Sige, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Cimmerian Isola. Oh, I wish English and I got along better. You're from the Apricot Suzerainty, right? But you're not local, are you? Or better not to mention. Sounds good. Let's get back to business then. Sure, let's wave our knowledge around. You're from Apricot. Rhetoric success. Apricot suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Sige archipelago was colonized by Revocol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say you're from, pronounce it very painstakingly, Seaguy? Ugh. Or don't fret, let him answer. Let's let him answer. That's right, officer, but it's a bad scene for business there. Too many regulations, extremely bad for an independent local entrepreneur. Hey, why not support this local entrepreneur? You can start by buying a pair of sexy pants, or cool sunglasses, maybe some macaroni? I'm tough? How am I tough? Okay. Let's ask him about how the food has humanitarian aid written on it. You mean these delicious pre-packaged self-stable meal kits? Really easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too. Buy some, try them out. No hassle? There's a little of a hassle here, it appears. A moral hassle. Oh my. Doesn't that beat the idea of humanitarian aid? It's supposed to be free, that's what makes it humanitarian? I think one said not for resale on the packaging. Don't play games with me, Hawker, what's going on? Well, okay, well, if they're delicious, it's okay. I think one said not for resale on the packaging. No problem here, officer. I get all this from one of my suppliers, an extremely reputable guy. And who is your supplier exactly? Oh, he's a good guy. I think you'd get along. I'll let you know the next time he's around. Sure you will. Kim. Interesting. The lieutenant whips out his blue notebook and makes a note. Oh, I may have gotten him in trouble. Ah, well. Let's try this 72% chance of getting money. Success! Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember? Hey, you seem like a really successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police force? Oh boy. Oh, okay. The man stops, his face suddenly serious. But why, officer? Think of it as an investment. An investment? He raises a brow, intrigued. What kind of investment? Oh my. It's an investment in me, a highly experimental human being. My risk-reward ratio is insane. I'm not going to confiscate this humanitarian aid that you're reselling. I'm a policeman. It's an investment in good relations with the RCM. It's an investment in your customer base. Gotta prime the pump, man. Well, that last one is definitely not the appropriate option. Number 2 is definitely offering to take a bribe to not get him in trouble. An investment in good relations with the RCM, it is. He looks you straight in the eye. I hear you, officer, he agrees. What kind of a sum are we talking about here? 5 real, 10 real, or 1 million real. I admit to being curious if he even has 1 million real on him, if he would, or if he would even give it to me if he did. Oh, this is a tough one. I can see that Ezra wants me to ask for the 1 million, but I think that that's a very unlikely go. I'm going to ask for 10. Sounds like a fair deal all around. He takes a 10 note from a leather pouch. Kim, the lieutenant nods calmly and says, corruption. Empathy, success. It's just like Bus or Seagull, a kid watching out of a window describing things going by. He doesn't like it too much, but what do you do? Oh my. Alright. Thanks, bye. I do wonder what Kim's reaction would have been if I'd asked for 1 million, but obviously the chance has passed. Okay, what do we have here? Box of sunglasses. There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box, a variety of shapes and colors.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
The vendor takes a pair of sunglasses and sticks them under your nose. Try the shades on, rummage through the box, or leave for now. You know what? I'm just gonna rummage through the box. These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Ceres plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Oh. Drama success. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier. These are all first-rate sunglasses, the man declares. Premium design, superb material, very cool UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work. Okay, so we have give me those shades you recommend and try them on, rummage through the box again, or a formidable conceptualization. Try again, maybe you can find some interesting sunglasses in the box. Ooh, that's a 58% chance. I will try it. I will try it. Ah, failure. No luck. All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor, produced by a bargain sportswear brand called Amphibian, apparently. There's a malformed green frog on its bent cap. Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. It'll definitely keep the sun out of your eyes while you're shooting criminals. The street vendor makes a bang-bang sound. And all for a mere 6 real. Reaction speed success. Hey, at least it might actually offer some protection against the sun, not like those cheap plastic shades. Oh boy, so I have the option of turn to the lieutenant. Kim, are firefights something we should be prepared for, or put the visor back? Should we be prepared for firefights, Kim? Should we? I hope not, he says, looking up from his browsing. You don't like it? Sure, Squarejaw, no problem. Let's get you some real shades. You know, after I just shook him down for $10, I am not going to spend more than half of it on getting a apparently very stupid visor. And oh, it started raining. How charming. Give me those shades you recommend, then. Abort! These are hideous! What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow. Damn, officer, you look like a mega-secret spy. Very secret. The man nods eagerly. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for $2 real and 50 cents. Oh no. Electrochemistry me success. They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and baggy eyes. Composure success. It's going to be very difficult for anyone to take you seriously with these things on your face. Kim. No, the lieutenant gently removes the glasses from your face, setting you free again. You're definitely not buying those. Ah. Don't tell me what to do, Kim. I like those sunglasses. Or, you're right, I'm too sensible for those. I'm too sensible for those. Are you sure? But they look so good on you. The street vendor frowns. You should think this through, officer. Oh, no. Let's leave the sunglasses. Leaving the sunglasses. Oh, right, I had that thought I was going to check. Let's see what we have here. Finger pistols, 9mm. I can't imagine this guy with a sports visor. I can, and it's horrifying. Let's see here. You were promised a gun, that much is certain. This is why you became a cop. Yet here you are, loitering around with idle hands like some sorry-ass loser from the street. Suddenly you're supposed to be solving cases by what, like talking to people? How are they going to believe that you can protect yourself and them from savages without a firearm? This ain't right. You need to think around this problem, and you need to snap your fingers at people as you do. The research bonus is -2 savoir-faire, because snapping doesn't help. I am still talking to an awful lot of people. I kind of need my savoir-faire. I will leave that thought for later with the others, then. Still 2 more boxes. What's this one? Found sneakers on a pedestal of sneakers. Oh. You see 2 lowly defeated speakers, thralls, slaves, basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying land, a pall of fallen durable wear sneakers. Ultra series. Getting very wet in the rain, I'm guessing.
I can see you have a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
So I can inspect the sneakers and inspect the speakers, or I can just leave. Let's start with the speakers. These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found ultras atop them. Perception sight, success. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid from the People's Republic of Samara. The speakers themselves don't seem to display any magical qualities. Why would they? No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The man points to the footwear. The sneakers are the stars here. Okay, I'll look at the sneakers then. Or what's about the speakers, though? Doesn't anybody want those speakers? Or poor little speakers, pat them. Doesn't anyone want them? These, officer? The speakers are Samaran garbage. I'm ashamed to even use them for props. Don't waste your time on them. Interesting. Encyclopedia Success. Samaran trash? That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat. I'm going to inspect the sneakers, but I don't know why I would want the speakers. A pair of Falm Ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple, a futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper and a silver-lined midsole. Those sneakers, mister, the street vendor intones. Those sneakers are the latest Falm sneakers. Super rare, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real. Oh my goodness. Rhetoric. Only? That's madness. Conceptualization. Falm Ultra, wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazines. I'm going to go rather than asking whether I can buy the speakers. Okay. Pile of clothes. There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes smelling of strangers' body odors. Ooh, second-hand
Don't be shy.
clothes.
These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? That sounds off. Save the economy? What are you talking about? Or browse through the box. Oh, what are you talking about? Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things, buy eco. This doesn't make any sense. Why exactly does the economy need saving? Or, thanks for the advice, I'll try to be more economically conscious. Why does it need saving? Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods just sitting there, not getting bought? We've got to keep the flow of goods going. Said like a true salesman. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children? You're right, we've got to save Mother Economy. But I don't have children, I think. It's just nature. Powerful economies expand, weak economies go extinct. This economy is really just a distraction from the cultural issues, you know, immigrants and... Look, man, I just want to buy some clothes. Yeah, obviously, look, man, I just want to buy some clothes is the most boring possible answer. Number 4 is... Well... I think I already put my foot in it with, you know, owning the apricot thing, but, maybe I shouldn't put my other foot in. The main problem is if I agree to saving Mother Economy, I'm definitely gonna have to buy something. I don't have children, I think. Too bad, officer. Kids make it all worthwhile. Without kids, who's going to be around to enjoy the economy? He points at the clothes. Don't let me stop you. Open the box and browse a little. Oh, okay. Browse. Do the box then. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. Perception smell, success. The box smells like cat piss, or like an old person with no money. Economical, but also trendy, the street vendor shouts. Look first-hand, buy second-hand, keep the economy moving. Because he got these super, super cheap, so it's like nearly 100% profit for him. Let's see. An 83% chance of success on a medium composure to find something worth salvaging from the pile of rags. Something cold grazes your hand, synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind. Summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces. That was a success. That sounds really busy. Good choice, officer. Mega sporty, and it's only $4.50 for you, sir. I really don't want to buy anything right now. Okay. That was a very strange series of events. Okay, I was going to try the pawn shop next. What an odd noise that was. What on earth was that? Well, whatever it was, it's something that I can't see from here. Oh, very long loading screen again. Every time I go to a place that I haven't been. In that session, I mean. Obviously, I did not chase that conversation with Selang around the way that Ezra did, since I definitely did not get his team achievement for talking to him. Ah, well. This is definitely a game that asks for multiple playthroughs, so I'll get it on some other playthrough. Preach free market 9 times. Oh my goodness, Ezra. No wonder I didn't get it. I'd have to actually be trying to do something like that. Okay, hooray, I actually made it into the pawn shop. This place is so tiny for how long that took to load. That's not some kind of machine. An antique cash register? Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. A bust of a woman. The plaque simply says Day. Ah, that makes sense, Ezra. Like I don't know how I would have gotten 9 preaching of the free markets through this single conversation with that man. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Interesting. What else do we have here? Ah, interesting. Rack of second-hand uniforms. Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb. Oh yeah, or not now? Oh yeah? Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding towards you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Scheimdall burning. Oh, it's that word again. I thought I'd escaped it when I left the bookstore. Let's see. Sniff the t-shirt. That's a rad man from Heimdall t-shirt you've got there. How much are you selling this t-shirt for, or let go of the t-shirt? Sniff it. Smells like worn cotton. And a little old sweat there? Perception, smell, success. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin. Bird's nest, Roy. Sniffing is okay, says the shopkeep, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy. That's a rad t-shirt you've got there. Hell yeah, man, the shopkeep sounds enthusiastic. I don't usually carry printed tees, but this one was just such a pure exemplar. You must be a serious Man from Scheimdall fan. Or we have a lot in common. I'm a big fan of the Man from Scheimdall too. I don't see the point in lying than saying that I'm a fan, so you must be serious. A fan? No, I wouldn't go that far. But I do think the Scheimdaller Man saga is an integral part of our shared reality. It's the book series that nearly tied my tongue in a knot. Most people don't think that the Man from Scheimdall really existed, but they're wrong. So now it has the new option of, what do you mean the Man from Scheimdall was real? What do you mean? I mean, even if the Man from Scheimdall didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really. Ah, I am familiar with this theory of reality. Kim, okay, he sounds incredulous. You sound skeptical. It's not all that complicated. All that's required is more robust understanding of cause and effect. He's explaining it very badly. Besides, I've been to Katla, though not quite as far north as the Scheimdall, and watched the northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there. In encyclopedia success. It's for the best because Heimdall is not a real place, and thus he could not have gone there. Conceptualization success. His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting. How much are you selling it for? 2 real. That's cheaper than the sunglasses. The lieutenant raises his eyebrows. That's dirt cheap. Couldn't you just give it to me for free then, or cool, I'll think about it. Cool, I'll think about it. He inclines his head. You should. And now I have the option of spending $2 to buy the t-shirt, but I think I'm going to let go. If I bought it, I'd have to keep saying Heimdall. Let's see. Sawed-off streetlight. A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. Let your gaze run over the streetlight. Is that a streetlight? Where did you get this? How much for the streetlight? Or there's nothing else you need to know about the light. Caress it with my eyes. The light pole has been carefully cut and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly but persistently. Conceptualization success. This would make quite a statement in your living room. If I had a living room, which I still have not clearly remembered. Where did you get this? It was brought to me to be altered. Huh. Kim leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't hear him. We're not here to investigate the theft of city property. He pauses, studying the light, then adds, you have to admit, it's rather clever what he's done with it. How much? Just out of pure curiosity. 700 real, a bargain, I dare say. Oh my. Are you out of your mind? There's one just like that on every corner. Even taking into account the risk of attaining the light, that seems a bit steep. Or 700 sounds about right. I imagine it wasn't easy sawing off that street lamp. Since I don't know what tone of voice I'm saying that last one in, I'm just going to... Even taking into account the risk, that seems steep. There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago. That's weird. That's plain weird. Leave the lamp alone. What's this? A shelf of boom boxes. The boom boxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. Stand on the tips of your toes to see more, or leave. Well, obviously I'm going to look. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Interfacing success. Just make sure it works before you buy it. Shopkeep this Stereo 8 approved machine here. What I really want to know is, could this device come in handy in my police work? Are you sure this is all in working order? Or leave. This guy isn't so much meta as existing on a different plane of reality than the rest of us. Could this come in handy? If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that, or any other time you need to play a tape. Okay. Are you sure it's working? Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sound, and music from a variety of genres, even though he grimaces, I really don't like music. Oh my. Conceptualization success. That's odd. Why doesn't he like music? Don't like music? What do you like then? Or got it. Back to this guy. Tap the boombox on its speaker. Oh, what do you like? What do you like, Roy? The stuff I record myself. Silverware shaking in drawers as motorcars race by. Nocturnal animals climbing on the roof. Airship rotors. That kind of thing. Conceptualization. Maybe you should ditch music as well. Get into these more experimental sounds he's describing. Maybe not. Is stereo 8? Is the Harman Wowshi W02 made in Vesper, designed in Seoul, he says. Plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. Okay, thank you. Well, we've got one more case, and then I will engage him in conversation. A knick-knack stand. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Okay, so I can inspect the knights on horseback, inspect the blue uniforms, inspect the figurines in rags, or an easy interfacing, dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table. I think I will inspect first and then try digging in the box. Knights on horseback. Big men on big horses clad in lamellar armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye. Point at the knights on horseback. These are Franco-Hungarian cavalry, aren't right? 5 experience for knowing trivia. Kim, I used to be very serious about my Franco-Hungarian knights. He looks at the dusty figurines in the dim light. Interesting. Alright, inspect the blue uniforms. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets. Wait, this looks like Rene, the old guy who was playing Patnique. Or point at the blue figurines. Are these royalist soldiers? Let's refer back to the other conversation that I've had today, since I spent so much time yeeting that ball into the river. This is what the loyalists looked like, yes. He inspects the figurine. At first, then they wised up and got camouflage. Are these royalist soldiers? Roy, which ones? The man peers from his glass box. Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like bright colors indiscriminately. You know what? Fair. Absolutely fair. And a truthful statement in my experience. Figurines in rags. This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols, some even shovels and tall sticks. Point at the figurines and rags. Are these even soldiers? I bet they're guerrilla troops. You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? The man behind the glass answers. Yes, they are soldiers. Revolutionary soldiers. Well, possibly guerrillas. I think their poverty is being exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. It's meant to give people hope. Even we can do it. The contrast is meant to be disheartening, as it ought to be. It is impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. Ask my friend Gart, whose bitch it made me. Or, I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment. Oh, this one's gotten all political again. Oh, dear. It's meant to give people hope. Maybe, he says. I guess he doesn't agree with me. Alright, let's see if we can find something cool in the box. Come on. Success! Why, what's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say Faun? What is this? Go to the shopkeep. Oh, that's the headless Faun rider. Oh, man. Who? The Headless Faun Rider, an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you can see, he's missing his head. He points at the decapitated figurine. 50 cents, bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap, too. I think he's looking for it or something. That part of the story has many interpretations. He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for his head? In the cap? I just... Okay, for 50 cents, I'm going to buy it because this just seems like something that's going to be useful later. Did I mention this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you. He grins. Lucky. Oh, what does the inventory have to say about this? Okay, what do we have here? The plastic headless fawn rider sits atop his equally plastic bull, his posture indicating either desperation or pride. Comes as a set with the infamous fawn cap for which he lost his head. The head is not included. That's quite a pose. I kinda like it. Okay. That was fun. Time for what is sure to be a very strange conversation.
It's not often that I see officers of the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
Empathy success. His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you. Shake your head. It's shameful how insufficient the police presence is in these parts. Or, now that the RCM is here, tell me, have you had any trouble lately? Have you had any trouble lately? Do you know anything about the butter sign?
I haven't really had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about the inconsistent law enforcement.
Pointy.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Okay, so Nod, quite the collection indeed. Look around, typical vacuous consumerist objects. Honestly, I think some of your selections are, press your finger to your lips, more tasteful than others. This business plan is all over the place. You should specialize, zoom in, recapitalize. Good evening, Scatty. Welcome to Disco Elysium, where, as usual, things are getting weird in unexpected ways. I think I'm going to agree that it's quite the collection.
It keeps me entertained.
Thank you very much, Scatty. This is my first playthrough and I am trying to avoid spoilers. I'm actually still in the first day, even though I've been playing this for 6 weeks now. His attention is drawn once more to the play of light and shadow on the walls behind you. Composure success. He's well composed, but underneath it you see psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe? I'm going to choose to take your your stats comment positively. Electrochemistry success. Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Let's see. There's something I'd like to sell. A challenging electrochemistry on is Roy high, and if yes, then what is he on? You might be able to aid our investigation. By the way, do you happen to have any guns? Like the ones carried by cops? I have other business to take care of now. I don't actually know what you're talking about when you say loads, Sketty, but I've managed so far. Let's see here. Oh, it's a 97% on the electrochemistry, so you know, let's go with that. Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light while the mind continues to race forward? Lucky bastard, he's probably on Pyroholian. Pyroholidin. It's tough to come by on the street. What is that I can't pronounce? A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects. And it makes your eyes turn yellow. Woo! Look like you have jaundice all the time. Is it just me, or is it really warm in here? Look around. Step closer. Sir, could you take off your sunglasses? I'd like to check your eyes. Or get straight to the point. So where does a man get Pyroholdium these days? Is it really warm in here, or is it just me? He tilts his head. I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature. It's pretty obvious that you're under the influence, sir. No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Pyroholidin before I lost my memory. Chill out, man. I'm a chill out cop who just wants some of what you're having, wink. Or, I didn't mean to offend you. Drop the subject. You don't want drugs. It's pretty obvious that you're under the influence, sir. He frowns. Pure holding is something since the People's Pile disaster. He coughs as if to mark his words. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness. Pain threshold success. He's taking it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days. The People's Pile, what's that? Tell me more about this Emergency Relief Brigade you were part of. It must have been tough, radioactive cleanup. How did you end up running a pawn shop? Or thank you for telling me. Thank you, Scotty, but I'm going to continue on and see what happens and where I get to. The People's Pile. I want to know about that. A bad idea. Some poor leftists built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you, too. The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance. What is a particle decay generator? Why is it called the People's Pile? Or why did it fail? Well, I will check to see if I have any will decreasing clothing on once I've finished this conversation, but I don't think so. I am literally in the very beginning of this game. I'm only on day 1, so I may not just have encountered whatever it is to raise my will. As far as it goes, I'm just playing the game as I see it in front of me, and one will is where I'm sitting at the moment. Why is it called the People's Pile? Encyclopedia. Construction began during the commune of Revicol. The people continued work on it after the commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revicol West. Needless to say, things didn't work out. Ooh. What's a particle decay generator? A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile, so yeah, the People's Pile. Alright. Why did it fail? An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe. Tell me more about this brigade. He points at the white triangle on his orange safety jacket. We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help fire brigades contain the spill. Perception, medium success. On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the heart to let it all go to shit without trying to do something, to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick. He looks at the spiraling light and stops. must have been tough, radioactive cleanup. He hesitates. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths, cancer mostly, and we knew all that was coming even though we were cleaning up as best we could. Whose fault was it that the generator failed? No one's, everyone's, he sighs and shakes his head. Empathy, success, so much bitterness. A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think was going to happen? How did you end up running a pawn shop? The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died, left me the shack and assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me, don't go there, it's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far from Fallbrook as I can. Still in the same city, but he shrugs. Thank you for telling me. I am enjoying the game so far. It's very heavy, and I am playing a broken man. And I keep getting so many tasks. But I'm having fun. He shrugs. I like theory more than story. Outward movement, not vortices. Ooh, vortices. I like that word. Electrochemistry. Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man. I'm already hungover and slightly dehydrated. I don't think I want to get high on top of that, so the care to share your pyroholin with me is not an option I will choose. Let's see. There's something I'd like to sell. You might be able to aid our investigation. By the way, do you happen to have any guns, like the ones carried by cops? You might be able to aid our investigation. I doubt it, but I can try to answer any questions you may have. Let's see. Know anything about the recent hanging? Or think you can help me get a corpse out of a tree? Or actually, that's all I've got. Well, let's ask about the hanging first. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone. He doesn't know anything. Do you know how to get a corpse out of a tree? The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. He looks into the swirling lights, then at you. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbor. There might be some workers there who would be willing to help. Well, that's pretty much the conclusion that Kim and I had come to earlier, so that's all I've got. Okay, this is ostensibly labeled as a pawn shop. Do you have a gun? Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple of days back. Ah! Oh no. Logic, success. This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you'd met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert. Wait, I sold you my gun? Was the buyer a policeman too? Or at least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else. Yes. With a side order of weeping silently where you can't actually hear it. Wait, I sold it to you? I bet I bought booze with it. You You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. He hesitates. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revocol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions, the unhealthy kind. Oh. Was the Beliar police too? I don't think so. She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Oh, I really hope it's not that girl behind the fence. Truth be told, she was terrifying. Oh, I bet it's that girl behind the fence. Kim, right, so let me get this right. The lieutenant turns to you. You sold your sidearm issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it. There's only one explanation. She must be one of my rabid fans. Maybe she's a vigilante, wants to prove she can do our jobs better than we can. I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia? Or, I'm sorry I sold my gun. I'm going to go for number 3 because, yeah, that sounds like this town. You're right that she could cast aspersions on the Force. We have to find her. He looks around, worried. Any idea where I can find this buyer? Roy. My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went. Well, she was someone who knew that I was in town, and who possibly observed that I was selling everything to buy booze. Logic. A needle in a haystack. There's nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow. At least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Of course. I wonder if I could sell him the broken gun that I have. I'd like to sell my clothes. I have a fascinating photo of a corpse here. I'll check my pockets, access your pawn menu, or I don't have anything to sell at the moment. Okay, access my pawn menu. I am from Toronto, Canada, Scotty. Born, raised, and living there. Empty cassette case, Kim's handkerchief, the pen, figurine I just bought, the production schedule, which I'm definitely going to hang on to, the antique Belle Magrave rifle, and the postcard. Well, if anything, you can call it a Southern Ontario Canadian accent. It's not quite as strong as the accent of the rest of Canada because we're so close to the US here, but yeah. I don't really know that I actually want to sell any of these. It's a very different time of day for you then than it is here. As we're getting very close to midnight and my stopping time here. but yeah, I don't... Oh, I don't really want to sell... Well, let's sell the empty cassette case. And let's close that. Okay, I don't have anything else that I want to sell. Yes, the English in this game is not actually perfect. It's fairly obvious that it was written in a different language and then translated. There's a little bit of grammatical bobbling in here, and occasionally there's extra words that don't need to be there, like double is or double if. So it's still a very good game, and when I'm reading I try to skip over the very awkward bits. Okay, so I will leave this conversation. And it auto-saves. Okay, that is pretty much everything in here. I do write. It's mostly for fun. I'm not published for money anywhere. I do like the language in this game, but I'm occasionally a little ashamed of my pronunciation. My French is not as good as it should be because I am very far away from my French classes. So very far away from my French classes back in school. And many of the accents are escaping me entirely. Well, it's not exactly mistypes, it's just that sometimes they get the words a little bit backwards, or they type the word is twice. There's small mistakes that, like, a native English speaker or writer might not notice, but which stand out more to someone to whom English is the first language. And also, I am a writer myself, so I'm very interested in words and the way to use them. So I may notice more than some. Oh, Estonian! I had not noticed that. It is very impressive how many languages the game is being translated into. I do respect the fact that they are doing it one language at a time to make sure that they get it right, because there is so much text in this game. So just one at a time they've been adding more and more languages, and I think that is definitely the right way to do it with a game like this. Ah. Well, perhaps that explains our extremely alcoholic protagonist here. Oh, these very, very long loading screens give me the fear. The PC is a few years old now. It's just possible that it does not like running the streaming software and the game at the same time. So far the game has only crashed on me once, but whenever I go through loading screens it flickers like crazy and threatens to crash again, which is why I'm so vigorous with the autosave. Okay. So that was several people's conversation in the pawn shop. And I'm just going to... Well, the hard disk is practically brand new. I just replaced the hard drive that this is installed on this summer. The RAM is a few years old, but there should be a healthy amount of it. But in any case, it is just past midnight, which means that this is about ending time. So I'm just heading back to the hotel here. I figure that next week I will go in and see if the union reps are there, or the communist reps are there, because earlier in the stream Ezra reminded me that I had asked about that and being told, well, they'll show up later. And it is definitely later now. And oh yes, I was going to check and see if I was wearing any will sapping clothing. Let's see here. Esprit de corps. 1 in conceptualization, but -1 in suggestion. -1 in savoir-faire, but +1 in electrochemistry. +1 in Inland Empire, +1 in electrochemistry, +1 in composure, but -1 in savoir-faire. None of these are... I'm aware that the age of the RAM doesn't matter as long as it doesn't smell like burning plastic when it runs. Now, I don't see anything here that would be decreasing my will. So it's probably just that I should have bought something different on one of my level ups. Because I don't think I'm too far from leveling up again, so possibly I will figure that out the next time I level. But I've been doing okay so far, and as I said, I still am in the very first day, and I've had enough time to react and take medicine for the will going down so far. So, oh, and my track down my gun has updated with try to find the woman. And the map wants to tell me about various things that haven't really changed from last week. I have not played this game enough to actually be able to answer what will is in this game. Okay, so that takes care of that, and next week I can go back into the hotel and hopefully harass people over in the meeting area. So, this is where I finish out the stream because it is past midnight, which is my stopping point. I can only read for so long before my throat completely dries up, no matter how much coconut water I drink. So, if you want to watch previous episodes of my playthrough of Disco Elysium that are not on Twitch anymore, You can find them on my YouTube, where I've just been archiving them without any editing whatsoever. And I will be playing Disco Elysium again next Sunday, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Time and running until midnight. And I also play Among Us every Wednesday with a group of my writing friends from 7 p.m. to about 10 p.m., once again Eastern Time, where we run around and are generally not competent but have a lot of fun anyway. And I hope to see people join me in both of those. I am definitely enjoying Disco Elysium. I will be continuing with it until it, makes me stop, or I've solved the mystery, whichever comes first. And thank you for joining me. Have a good evening, and good night.